Hey guys, what's up? In this video I'm going to be going over manual bidding strategies. I haven't been going over manual bidding in a while, and I'm basically going to be giving everything away on this video. And this is sort of things that people don't usually reveal on YouTube. This is sort of usually kept behind the curtains, but I want to give you guys as much value as possible, so I'm going to be giving everything away in this one video. So best 3 manual bidding, they call it cost control strategy now, strategies. So this is what it looks like. If you scroll down to the bottom of your ads, you'll see optimization and delivery, and it's called cost control now. And there's a cost cap, which is what's the max you're willing to spend. It'll basically sort of spend all your traffic, and it's sort of random. There's a bid cap, which is how much you're aiming to get, and that's sort of like the top. Like you can only, if you want $30 cost per purchases, they're only going to give you $30. And then there's target cost, where it's sort of like a leeway, where it's like $30. They might give you an extra, say, $35 cost per purchase, or inch down and get you like $25 cost per purchase. So those are the current 3 options in Facebook as of right now. And this obviously changes, but the theory behind it is basically the same over the past few years. So if you're watching this in 2-3 years time, the strategies I'm teaching you are gonna still apply. So let's jump straight into it, no BS. So I'm gonna start with 3 beginner strategies. These are the 3 beginner strategies that people do when they're manual bidding. This is sort of what all the beginners and noobs sort of use, and they're really basic, and you probably want to avoid them because they don't work too well. And that's sort of why I'm going to show you guys, because you'll probably relate to these and you've probably been taught this, and I want to bring light that it's probably not the best strategy. So number 1, start at your ideal cost per conversion and increase/decrease as necessary. So if you want $30 sale, this should be not $30 a day, but if you want $30 per sale, then you'll bid $30. Now the bad thing is, this doesn't give Facebook much space and leeway. Hence Facebook won't give you much traffic whatsoever. Like, you probably might not get traffic at all, and sometimes you might not even get your achieved bid. You might not even get sales at $30. Number 2, start with a low bid and slowly increase it. Now this is super slow. You won't be getting traffic at all. By the time you increase it to a point where you will get traffic, you don't have any data. You ran it for 10 days, they gave you no data, and you won't get any sales anyways when you hit there. So this isn't really a good strategy. Number 3, you start high and you slowly decrease. This is actually a pretty good strategy, and this is sort of what the average Facebook expert uses. If you're doing this, you're still a Facebook expert, but it's pretty average. Now let's go over the 3 pro strategies. Strategy number 1, you want to start with 2 to 3x of your ideal cost per conversion and never change it. So if you want to get sales for $25, then you want to bid $50 to $75. Now that sounds insane, but it works. And since a lot of pros use this strategy now, you might even want to bid 4 to 5x, $100 to $125. Now what is happening is you're bullying your competitors. They'll stop getting results, because when you're bidding at 50 to 75, you're being fed all the high quality traffic, and all your competitors will no longer get any sales or any traffic that is of quality, and their cost per conversion will just shoot off the roof. And basically your competitors will stop getting results in the target they your competitors will stop getting results with the interest they target, and eventually they'll just turn off their ads as it becomes unprofitable and they aren't getting sales. And you have to be ready for the first few days of just high cost per purchases and just losses, negative ROAS, until your competitors give up. Then you'll notice just a dip in cost per conversions out of nowhere. You might go from like $50 cost per conversion, where you're just not profitable, down to 10. And I've personally seen that happen. And that's sort of what's happening. It's called the bully strategy, and you're bullying everyone out of the market. Strategy number 2, you start with 2 to 3x your ideal cost per conversion, but instead of staying there, this time once you spend a lot and collect a lot of data, so this is sort of strategy 1, but near the end. Once it sort of slows down, what you want to do is you want to drop the bid real low, but increase the budget way up. So you want to decrease the bid from 75 down to 25, increase the bid from 1,000 to 10,000. And what this does is Facebook will start feeding you a bunch of cheap clicks and conversions, since it's trying to stick with the ad set's historical cost per conversion. If you've been getting cost per conversions for like, say, $25 at, $75 bid, when you increase it down to, say, even as low as $15, they're still going to try to get you cost per conversions at 25 just because it will average out, just because you ran it for so long. So usually when you drop it low, it will still sort of feed you traffic just because of your historical data. Strategy number 3, you want to have a high budget. This is a completely different strategy. You start with a super high budget and a low bid. Say if you're looking for $25 cost per conversions, you just bid for 25 or even 20 at a bid cap maximum, and then you slowly increase the bid. You go from 15 to 17, 18, 19, and you have like a $10,000 budget. So like if you increase it too much, Facebook is just going to blow your whole budget in one day. You're aiming to spend roughly 15 to 20% of your budget at that low bid. If you're able to get cost per conversions at say $17 per conversion and you break even at 30, that's pretty good if you're spending 15 to 20% of a $10,000 budget. That's sort of how it works. You crank up the budget, you expect to only spend a small amount, and the reason why you get good traffic is because Facebook sees that you're willing to spend so much daily budget. But you have to be super careful, because if you increase your bid too high, like if you go from like 17 to 18, all of a sudden you just open some floodgates and just traffic keeps flowing in, and you end up spending $10,000, which is your daily set budget. And there's nothing stopping Facebook from doing that because you set that daily budget. So you want it low enough where Facebook can only feed you 15 to 20% at your bid cap, but not high enough where Facebook can basically just send you a bunch of traffic and you just end up being unprofitable. So even if you bump it to 18, when Facebook floods you with $10,000 worth of traffic, your cost per conversion will probably average out to like 30. So what you want to do is you want to set automated rules to be safe and just be really cautious. This is sort of a more expert, very high risk advertising strategies for people who really know how to work Facebook ads. So I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but set automated rules and give it a try. So let's go over the theory. In the theory, I'm going to talk about why this works, what is happening, how it works, and bonus, I'm going to actually tell you guys how to utilize this to create really powerful lookalike audience. But watch it in the podcast below. I'll link this exact episode in the description below. You can watch it on Spotify, Apple. It's basically on every single platform, and I'll be revealing all these theories. So if you really want to understand it, check out the podcast. And yeah, it's completely for free. So hope you guys like this video. If you guys did, be sure to drop a like below. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop it in the comments below. If you need help scaling your business, sign up for the mentorship application link below, where I personally work with you one-on-one. Other than that, I'll be seeing you guys on the podcast, where I'll reveal all the theory behind everything you just learned. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace. That are highly, chance to convert. They have a high probability to go ahead and purchase, become a lead, just because they've done it in the past. And what Facebook does is save those type of people for the highest bidder. And there's quality from A to like D. A are people who are constantly purchasing things through Facebook ads. B are people who are like adding to cart, purchasing here and there. C are just sort of a bunch of clickers. And D is just like unknown. So when you bid really high, you get fed A, B players. And you also get higher ad placement on the newsfeed. So when people just go on Facebook on their phone, your ad would be the first thing that pops up. Rather than if you're bidding low, they'll have to scroll down 10 and 20 posts to see your ad, and they're most likely not going to convert if they're seeing your ad all the way down there. Just like how Google, you're bidding to be ranked how high up within the Google search. So the exact same thing happens in Facebook. Now, if you're placed much higher in the newsfeed, you're going to have a much higher click-through rate. Just because if
yeah.